but how will all of these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in with the trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in news, and the F&O setup this morning. I'll first tell you about the markets and the cues that you need to watch out for this morning. It's become a bit of a trend for the Nifty over the last 3 trading sessions. We made new highs on Friday, on Monday, but failed to sustain above that. And there you can see they're making intraday highs but closing in the red, and that is exactly what happened. And that was absent on Tuesday because we failed to make a new high. We even failed to cross 23,000 on Tuesday and ended lower below the 22,900 mark and close to the lowest point of the day. So that is something that will not please the bulls. Now institutional flows will show you otherwise because the FII DI buying both was a positive figure, but that is also because of the 5 block deals that took place in yesterday's trading session. So we need to keep that at the back of our minds as well. What is another factor of concern as the expiry and the exit polls date draw closer is the volatility is increasing. The VIX crossed the mark of 24 in yesterday's trading session, another 4% higher there for the VIX as well. Now on Monday, when the Nifty was struggling, at least there was some comfort for the fact that the Nifty Bank, the broader markets, all of them were doing well. But even they got swept under the selling pressure yesterday. Both mid-cap and the small-cap indices were underperformers. And when that happens, the high-flying sectors usually take a beating. And as you can see, the real estate, PSU banks, the non-banking PSUs, all of them were the biggest underperformers in yesterday's trading session. And vice versa also, that happens when the market turns. They are the ones that lead the moves as well. Now, there are stocks like Aditya Birla Fashion, IRCTC, NBCC will react to earnings, plenty of earnings today as well. And as we spoke earlier in the show, the GIFT Nifty is suggesting a gap down start for our own markets as well. Now we head over to Sudarshan, who would list out the plenty of stocks that you need to watch out for in today's trading session. Sudarshan, good morning.
Good morning, Harmas. So first I'll start with Hindalco as Novelis has announced IPO roadshow for its NYSE listing, and price range is $18 to $21 per share, and total dilution is seen at 7.5% equity, and Hindalco is likely to receive 6,700 to almost 7,800 crore from this, and Novelis is valued at 7.228x EV to EBITDA, which is higher than street estimates. Coming to Reliance Industries, company has signed one-year deal with Russia's Rosneft to buy at least 3 million barrels of oil per month in Russian currency. Next is PNB Housing. Block deals of 2.7% equity is likely today, and Asia Opportunities and General Atlantic Singapore will likely be sellers, and floor prices for this is likely at rupees 717 per share, which is at a discount of 5% to closing price of yesterday's. Now coming to all the earnings, first we'll start with IRCTC. It was operationally mixed Q4. Healthy revenue growth, but margin across the segments has dipped. Overall revenue was up 21%, but margin has fallen 220 bips year-on-year. Biggest segment, that is internet ticketing, for this margin has fallen almost 800 bips if you compare with the same quarter last year. Coming to AB Fashion, loss is widened, but operationally there is an improvement in earnings. Revenue is up 18%, EBITDA has increased 47%. Madura Fashion's EBIT has increased 3 times year-on-year, but Pantaloons and Ethnic continue to report EBIT loss. Coming to GNFC, there is a sharp fall in headline numbers. EBITDA has fallen 61%, margin has slipped almost 1,000 bips year-on-year. Chemical business EBIT has dropped 70%, and fertilizer segment continues to report EBIT loss. NBCC, it was a healthy Q4 led by PMC segment, which is known as Project Management Consultancy, which formed 91% of revenue in Q4, and PMC business revenue was up 47% year-on-year. Last is MedPlus. Earnings have improved year-on-year, revenue is up 19%, and EBITDA has risen 30% against the same quarter last year.
Final leg of the earnings season, plenty of reactions to watch out for. Sudarshan, thanks a lot for that. And lastly, Mangalam is joining in cues from the F&O space. Mangalam, FIIs have now turned net long, but that is not reflecting on the index whatsoever.
Well, it doesn't matter because over the last 5 days, we've already seen a big move, irrespective of the volatility that we're seeing. You know, yesterday was one of those instances, for instance, where the frontline indices, all of them ended at the low point of the trading session. But, you know, if you account for, or if you take that away, in the last 5 trading sessions, from last Tuesday's close to now, the Nifty is up 1.5%. The Nifty Bank's up 2.2%. So nothing really to worry out there for the market as well. It is the Nifty Bank monthly expiry today. So that's something we will keep an eye out on in particular. And what's also doing well for the markets are not only FIIs buying in index futures, but cash markets as well, there has been net institutional positive flows. So yesterday, the FI has bought just about 66 crores. So the good part is that DI has bought 32 crores, and that's reflecting in the positive moves, positive flows that we saw in the cash market. And they've turned vociferously long in index futures. I mean, yesterday there was purchase of another 2,000 crores, 10,000 long contracts added, 15,000 short contracts covered. And as a result of which, the chart that we've been talking about regularly, we've been tracking for the last 5 days from 31% all the way up to 54%. And the net long exposure has gone up to 47,000 itself. The Nifty Bank that I spoke about will be extremely crucial today. Active options on the Nifty Bank are both 48,200 call as well as the 49,200 call and the 49,100 put, telling you that the option writers are positioned for a 48,900 to 49,350 sort of range on the Nifty Bank itself. The GIFT Nifty indicates a 100-point downtick, and that will be extremely crucial to watch out for, largely because the 22,900 put on the Nifty is extremely active, making 22,800 the first leg of support for the Nifty itself. On the way up, 23,000 call, of course, is equally active as well. Watching out for a couple of stocks. Everyone spoke about ABFRL and their results. It's entered F&O ban today. And also GNFC has exited F&O ban. So those are a bunch of stocks that we'll be watching out for.
Mangalam, thanks a lot for that. Some important levels to track for the index as we draw closer to expiry. But